Guten Tag, my dudes. How you been keeping? I hope whatever you've been up to this week, it has been all of the good feels. Today on Soul Singer Discovers, we're going to be discovering Tesseract. But before we do, it's Metalhead Musings. Today's Metalhead Musings comes from Pete Baldwin. I always find it quite funny when people get angry about whether something is metal or not. It only matters if you've decided you're only going to listen to one single genre and will reject everything else. Obviously, in this case, it's pretty damn important whether Sleep Token are metal or not because it determines whether you're allowed to listen to them. But what a weirdly restrictive rule to insert into your life. I have to agree, Pete Baldwin. We've had a lot of discussions over the past few weeks about authenticity, about whether or not something is metal, about whether or not it's right to gatekeep over metal and what it should be, and yada 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 yada. You know what? Here's the tea. As someone who's an outsider for the moment of metal music, or maybe I'm not, I don't know. Let's just say I am. I guess for a while can see for a mile. And I'll tell you this. Metalheads tend to be very kind, welcoming people. They also tend to be people who pride themselves on being intelligent and prepared to have intelligent conversations. I think anyone who's not prepared to have the conversation that's something that is fused with more contemporary ideas is not metal, is not particularly bright. Why would you not want to have that discussion? If I woke up tomorrow and they were starting to fuse neo-soul with ska, I would be perplexed. But I'd be interested in the conversation. I'd love to know how people got there. You know what I'm saying? A beautiful comment, Pete Baldwin. Thank you very much. Today, as I said, we're going to be talking about and looking at Tesseract. Let's head over to Rosie the Robot to find out some things I didn't know about Tesseract.
Tesseract are a British progressive metal band from Milton Keynes. As of 2023, Tesseract have released 5 studio albums. They are credited as one of the bands to pioneer the djent movement in progressive metal.
Thank you very much, Rosie. So the song that we're going to be doing today is War of Being. Now, it was released on YouTube 6 months ago. It is a longer one, so I'm going to try and pause not so much. Let's just do it. Let's just get into it. I don't know what to expect. Boop! Pausing. Seems like a very dramatic place to take a pause. So the lead singer, I believe his name is Daniel Tompkins. He has a really... It's Jens Kidman all over again. His distorted vocal has got that really high-end, wide, wah, 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 wah. It's got one of them on the top. I really enjoy it. There's something feral about it, which is weird because, like, I do love, like, the Michael Ackerfelds who do that very low rumble of a distorted vocal. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Daniel's higher end one, and I love, granted it's a studio performance, the switching between the melodic and the distorted each phrase. Love. I really like this sort of creepy riff that's going on as well in the guitar. I'm always impressed by anyone who wants to make a song that is long as shit. Like, I've written plenty of long songs in my time, and when I write a long song, the reason usually is because I'm telling a very long story through the song. With this, is obviously trying to do the same, but 11 minutes, damn. I just think there's something just so inherently impressive with someone as a songwriter, and I'm assuming that a couple of members of the band had a hand, obviously, in writing this song. The conscious decision to go, we're not going to stop this song until it's finished. We're not going to be confined by the idea that, granted it's a bit more of a contemporary idea, that the song must be 3.5 minutes long for radio edits, blah, 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 or we don't want to bore our audience. It's basically turning to your audience and going, I respect your time, but I also understand that you want to be told something that's not confined by the idea that a song needs to be short because you've got a short attention span. Do you know what I mean? Let's keep going. Boop. Pausing for a second. Oh, he's fallen. Pausing for a second. That was a really great section. And it's the combination of melodic and distortion. We had a discussion, I think last time, about Courtney LaPlante, who has vocals that are both melodic and distorted, and how sometimes I'm like, leave the melodic because your melodic vocals is not as impressive as your distorted. Your melodic voice is fairly simple. With Daniel, it's very much his melodic vocals are simple, but they are more impressive. They're more impressive. They're not as impressive as some of that big wah, wah, wah. It's not as impressive as that, but it's still, it comes just short of being as good as the distorted stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're going to do both, make sure your melodic is coming just short of your distortion. It should never be quite a bit short. than what your distorted thing. That's just my opinion before anyone loses their shit. Keep going. Boop. So good. Pausing. This music video is super impressive. Like, super impressive. Because it's very cinematic. It feels huge, but also that's been made more so by the fact that the electronic sounds that they're using, or the pads that they're using, are huge. They've got so much reverb on them. I support it. I'm usually quite someone who thinks that reverb should rot in hell and it should only be used the tiniest bit, but then I do soul music, so it's completely different. Like, when someone's vocals got a lot of reverb on it in soul music, I'm like, what are you hiding? What are you hiding? With this, I kind of listen to some of this electronic paddy sounds in some of these metal bands, and I'm like, this is just really good cinematic electronic music that's been taken further. Do you know what I mean? I love Massive Attack, right? I think they're freaking... I think they're trailblazing, frankly. Some of their songs were both tiny and intimate and felt like you were in a matchbox, and some of them were so huge and cinematic that you're like, it gave me cosmic horror. This is giving me a little bit of cosmic horror, the video, actually. I love the combination of metal music and really electronic sounds and soundscapes. You know what I mean? I think it's really impressive, and I think it's something that we probably could have seen coming plenty of time. Like, I know that Slipknot used to use a lot of electronic sounds and samples, and of course there was a DJ in the band, so of course they did. I think some of this stuff is just the next logical step. Let's keep going.
The words that I whispered when it began, did they shine a light on you? You don't understand. To dream of falling like sun-crystal stormy. Listening as you
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, first of all, first point, my new favourite thing, probably it was always my favourite thing in metal music, is a drummer who has a deep, personal, long-standing, generational hatred for their china. I love hearing the actual, that it's being, not that it's been like, okay, this is okay. In soul music, the one thing I hate more than anything else is a drummer that doesn't know how to play dynamically. A drummer that will whack the drum kit without thought, who thinks louder is better, and all that drives me insane. It's like, you're not in a metal band, fuck off. But in metal music, I want to hear in the recording, and I love how it's been recorded actually, the drums in this, I want to hear that the drummer has fully roundhouse kicked that china. I want that china to sound like it is moments away from breaking. Why is that? I'm sure I'm going to have to sit down with a therapist at some point and explain to someone why it is that I feel that way. But I do, okay? I think Daniel is a phenomenal vocalist. Some of those really high end, because that's another thing, he can change the melodic tone of the distorted noise that he's making, which is very impressive. Really big, like, wah! Sorry, accidental whistle register. Didn't mean to do that. He's doing that sort of really like, yeah, it's really a high one, and I really enjoy it. It's really impressive that he's managing to do those things, as well as all of this very beautiful melodic stuff. Again, I understand it's a studio recording, but that's not the point. It came from somewhere. We didn't just magically AI his voice. It is his voice. I think that the music video was really impressive. I know some people kind of hum and haw about whether or not we should do music videos at the same time, but I think it's an important expression of the band and we should. Huge, kind of looked like 300. Do you know what I mean? In the way that it was like coloured. Really enjoyed this one. At Tesseract, I salute you. I'm here for this one. What do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about the combination of very distorted vocals with very melodic vocals? What do you think about songs of this length? Do you want to see them live? Do you want the radio edit? Are you a Philistine? What do you think of Daniel's voice? Do you enjoy it? What do you think of drummers who think louder is better? I'm not saying this guy does. I'm just saying, what do you think of it? As always, thank you to my patrons. And as always, thank you to you out there for commenting, liking, subscribing, generally being a huge, big, fat-ass babe. Oh, no, wait, that's me. Of course, if you don't subscribe, well, it's not my fault you don't have any sex appeal. Until next time, my dudes. Something.